here for CAA football, the Blitz, as we continue.
And he may go the distance. Terrence
You're going to
West.
put yourself in a situation to win a lot of football games.
Hello, CAA football fans. Welcome to this week's episode of The Blitz. I'm Bobby Broyles, joined by Scott Meyer. And Scott, we take a look back at Week 5 in the league. A lot of high scoring, big offensive numbers, and that has kind of been a theme here in CAA football in 2012.
It has, Bobby. You take a look at this year's numbers. The CAA leads the country in terms of scoring offense at 30.4 points per game and scoring offense yardage-wise at just over 400 yards a game. That's best at the FCS level and better than the national average by large numbers. But take a look at our teams too in terms of 4 of the top 20 in terms of scoring offense. Go back to 2010 though. It's kind of a cycle type of thing. If you look at 2010's numbers, we led the entire country in scoring defense at 20.4 points per game, all levels of football. And our 4 teams that made the playoffs that year, all 4 were among the top 10 in scoring defense in the country. So it's kind of a cycle thing right now going on, but certainly our offenses are scoring a lot of points.
Well, the fireworks look to continue this weekend as we have some big-time matchups on the way. But before we preview Week 6, let's take one more look back at this past Saturday's highlights and your CAA football Players of the Week.
The Rhode Island Rams looking to get their first win of the season as they take on FBS opponent Bowling Green. Second quarter, Bowling Green up 20-0. Quarterback Bob Benson takes the snap and takes off for 22 yards down to the Bowling Green 5-yard line. One play later, it's running back Robbie Delgado taking it in from 2 yards out for the touchdown. The Rams would go for 2 and cut the lead to 20-8, but Bowling Green would score 28 unanswered points and defeat Rhode Island 48-8. 2 teams looking to get into the win column for the first time this season as the William & Mary Tribe played host to the Georgia State Panthers. First quarter, it's Panther running back Donald Russell taking the handoff and runs for 22 yards. That would lead to a Panther field goal to give Georgia State a 3-0 lead. Tribe looking to answer in the second quarter as Keith McBride takes the handoff and runs it in from 11 yards out to give the Tribe a 7-3 lead. Tribe now up 14-3 in the third quarter as Panther quarterback Ronnie Bell is stripped and sacked by George Beerhalter. Brian Stinney would recover for the Tribe, whose defense forced 7 turnovers on the night. William & Mary would capitalize as Darnell Laws takes off into the end zone from 26 yards out. Tribe now up 21-3. McBride would put it away in the fourth quarter as he takes the handoff and bounces it to the outside with a nice move at the 10-yard line and scores for his second touchdown. The Tribe would finish with over 300 yards on the ground and pick up their first win of the season with a 35-3 victory over Georgia State. Rob Ambrose and the Towson Tigers invade Death Valley to take on SEC powerhouse LSU. Second quarter, LSU quarterback Zach Mettenberg is stripped and sacked by Ty Smith. Brighton Barr would jump on the loose ball for the Tigers. Towson wasted no time taking advantage of the turnover as quarterback Grant Enders takes the snap and races right up the middle of the LSU defense for 43 yards down to the 1-yard line. One play later, it's running back Terrence West plunging into the end zone and Towson looking to shock the college football world with a 9-7 lead. Fourth quarter, Towson looking to get back into the game down 31-9 as West again takes it from a yard out for his second touchdown of the game to complete a 12-play 64-yard drive for the Tigers. The teams would exchange touchdowns late as Towson falls to LSU 38-22. Offensive Player of the Week goes to New Hampshire quarterback Andy Vallis, who equaled a career high with 23 completions for 315 yards and 2 scores in the air, while also tacking on a 1-yard touchdown run in the third quarter in the Wildcats' 34-14 win over Delaware. Defensive Player of the Week goes to New Hampshire cornerback Dontre Peters, who came away with 2 interceptions and logged his first career half sack in the Wildcats' victory over Delaware. Rookie of the Week goes to William & Mary linebacker Luke Rhodes, who tied for a team-high 8 tackles, including 5 solo stops and a pass deflection in the Tribe's 35-3 triumph over Georgia State. Special Teams Player of the Week goes to Villanova kicker and punter Mark Hamilton, who converted all 5 of his PATs and finished with 7 punts that included 2 inside the 20 and a long punt of 63 yards in Villanova's 35-14 win at Maine.
Now we turn the calendar to October, and we have a great matchup in Harrisonburg this weekend as 2 top 25 teams square off on the national stage as the JMU Dukes play host to the Towson Tigers on the NBC Sports Network.
Yeah, Bobby, this looks to be a great weekend of CAA football, leading off at that 1 o'clock kick in Harrisonburg. 2 of our top teams, obviously, in terms of the preseason poll, but also 2 teams that you think will be there at the end. Figure on this being a great game to watch, a great clean game. Both value the football, like to hold on to the football, obviously, but also they're both efficient in their offense. They like to run the ball. I know Coach Matthews likes to joke, people ask him why aren't they throwing the ball more with Justin Thorpe. Maybe that's something that Towson tries to force and make him play into Ty Smith and Jordan Dangerfield on the outside. But certainly James Madison, Towson like to be efficient in the offense, like to make the short throws, run the ball efficiently. Certainly going to be a great grinded out type of game for CA football fans.
On the Comcast Sportsnet regional networks, it will be 2 teams looking to bounce back from rough outings last Saturday as the Maine Black Bears travel to Newark to take on the Delaware Blue Hens.
Yeah, both teams in this matchup looking to come off of losses. Delaware being its first of the season, and Maine kind of trying to still find its identity. I think Coach Cosgrove also wants his team to kind of have a little bit more energy when things go right for them in games. He mentioned that in Monday's conference call. Let's react to a good thing for us in terms of a turnover or something like that. Delaware, let's just be more efficient, according to Coach Keeler. Let's get off the field on defense and stay on the field on offense and not be so 3 and out kind of offense. Work together as a team.
Then later Saturday night, it will be the up-and-coming Villanova Wildcats, led by their sensational freshman quarterback, John Robertson, taking on a Richmond team that almost made that great comeback on Old Dominion this past Saturday, looking to bounce back.
Yeah, certainly 2 teams are kind of almost in resurgence after 2011, but this game looks to be a great one to kind of find out where these 2 teams are. Villanova offensively likes to run the ball with Monongai and Robertson at quarterback. Richmond's offense is vast under John Lobb and his weapons and Ben Edwards on the outside. But defensively, Richmond likes to play an in-your-face. We'll see how they play this week. Going back to Old Dominion, they wanted them to run the football. Old Dominion was able to, but how will Richmond defend Villanova, I think, is the key in this one.
Well, now here's a look at the rest of this Saturday's lineup around CAA football. Thank you, fans, for joining us on this episode of The Blitz. Remember to log on to CAAfootball.com for all the latest information going on around the league. For Scott Meyer, I'm Bobby Broyles. Have a great week, everybody.